So I recently received a critical comment about one of my videos. Now, this is part and parcel of being a YouTuber, and normally I'd let a critical comment go by because everyone's entitled to their opinion. But in this case, I happen to know the commenter, and I know him to be an exceptionally talented young musician. Notwithstanding the critical nature of his comment, he put thought into it, which I think deserves a thoughtful response. And more to the point, the comment raises a broader question that I'll address as well. The commenter takes issue with three aspects of the video: the viewpoint expressed, the length of it, and the motivation behind producing it. Regarding the viewpoint, he argues that without specific references to musical examples, a viewer has no reason to trust that what I say is true. Within the comment, he provides examples to back up his own viewpoint, so that's well taken and fair enough. Now, in my reply, I said that I don't actually think that our viewpoints are that contrasting, but even if they are, I welcome reasoned discourse. He questions whether something as complex and nuanced as jazz improvisation can be taught with integrity in such a short video. In this case, it's 45 seconds. The comment may actually be longer than the video. I would point out that it's part of a series in which I answer questions that have been posed by my university students and YouTube audience. As such, they tend to be short individually, but one might fairly measure the substance collectively. Overall, the videos on this channel range from 30 seconds to more than 30 minutes, with 8 to 10 minutes probably being the average. And finally, as to the suggestion that my primary motivation in producing content for this channel is to fatten my wallet, I could quickly disavow that notion by showing you my monthly YouTube payout, which would buy a very modest dinner out, assuming I skip dessert. So now on to the central question. As a seeker of information, who do you trust? We're living in a time when copious information is available on demand. If you want to learn how to improvise jazz, there are plenty of channels on YouTube that'll help you do that. The sheer volume of information, though, is part of the problem, as some of it will be contradictory or confusing or not relevant to you, and in some cases, just downright wrong, although that may still be a matter of opinion or perspective. I would begin by asking if improvisation can even be taught, because I've heard people argue that it cannot. On one level, I agree, because I embrace the philosophy that you can't teach anyone anything. You can only help them to discover it for themselves. As a YouTuber and an author, I freely admit that you can't learn to improvise by watching a video or buying a book. I strongly suggest that you find a teacher, either locally or online, someone who can listen to you and target the instruction to your individual circumstance. Working with a teacher is subject to the same limitations. You'll still have to discover things for yourself, but a good teacher can save you time and help you avoid pitfalls or bad habits. For example, if you want to learn how to improvise jazz, I can show you the way that chords are constructed and how they're often arranged in a harmonic progression. I can give you some melodic ideas that illustrate how they might be used to improvise over that progression. I can help you learn how to use a metronome to strengthen your internal sense of time, or a tuner for pitch. I can implore you to learn the lyrics, transcribe solos, and to pay at least as much attention to what you hear as what you play. These are tools and steps along the way to expressing your own unique artistic vision. Now, that's all I can give you. It'll be up to you to determine what that vision is. So when you're looking for a teacher, whether that's someone to work directly with you or on YouTube, how do you know whether a person's viewpoint or perspective will take you in the direction that you want to head? If you're looking for someone to teach you about music, I suggest you ask yourself two questions. Do you like or admire the teacher's approach to playing, writing, or producing music? Alternatively, or in addition, do you like or admire the teacher's student's approach to music? If the answer to either of these is yes, then that teacher's viewpoints and methods are worth exploring, even if not all of them jibe with your own. Speaking solely for myself, if the question is, why should anybody trust me, I make no claim that my views are verifiable truths. They are simply the way that I think about music, having devoted all of my adult life to it, not to mention a good part of my childhood. If, in listening to me play, you find something of value, then perhaps you'll find value in what I say. And if my viewpoints help you discover what you seek, then that's great. If not, it won't be for lack of trying. And if we're talking about my YouTube videos, you won't have invested anything more than a few minutes of your time. As you acquire knowledge from various sources, you implement the things that lead to your desired results, and you reject or alter the rest. The process of gathering, adapting, and rejecting information will forge your own unique musical identity, one that is replete with integrity because it's a reflection of who you are. Now that'll be important when someone comes along and tells you you're full of shit.